Welcome to the future.
Hey guys, it's Mike Garrick with Warrior 5, the top 5% of people willing to think, eat, and move with a purpose. Today we're going to be talking about meal planning. So this is a continuation of our last class where we learned how to figure out our calories and our macros. So we're going to take our calories and our macros and we're going to learn how to break it down into a meal plan. Now let's jump right into this. This assumes that you're going to eat 6 meals a day. Now I know everybody doesn't eat 6 meals a day, but that doesn't really matter so much. I'm going to break it down. I'm going to show you what 6 looks like, and then actually you can take it and you can arrange it and order it how you like it. Because ultimately, if you're hitting your calories and you're hitting your macros, it really doesn't matter. So basically we have breakfast, we have lunch, we have dinner, and we have 3 snacks in between. And with this setup, I'm going to go ahead and show you how I would do it. So if you took breakfast, generally breakfast, for me, I work out after breakfast. If this isn't you, you can arrange this however it works best for you. But for me, I eat breakfast, then I work out. So just keep that in mind. So my breakfast is my pre-workout meal, and it can be liquid or solid. Then I have a snack, which is my post-workout number 1, generally is liquid for me. Then my lunch really is pretty close to my snack. It's usually 30-40 minutes in between, maybe an hour. And then I have a post-workout number 2, which is generally solid. Because you want to mix liquid with solid so that you get some instant energy here, and then you also have some solid food, right, that's going to take longer to break down and feed your muscles and help feed you a more constant stream of energy. Then from here, I just basically have a lighter meal, and then there's dinner. Dinner and maybe a snack afterwards. They're both typically lean and green with higher quality fats in them. Now, let's just say that you took 6 meals and you just divided them up equally. Let's just take 2,200 calories as an example. We would take that, we would break it down into, let's just use the 50-30-20 split. So 50% carbohydrates, 30% proteins, and 20% fats. So we take these calories, break them down into their macros, and then we would just equally split those up in between each 6 meals. Now, that generally doesn't work for me. It's easy to do it. That's the best way to start. But then what you can do is then you can just start moving some of those around. So for example, for me, I generally eat the majority of my carbohydrates in these first 3 meals because I work out earlier on in the day. If you work out more in the evening, you might want to flip this and do it to where you eat more of your carbohydrates around that meal. The meal before you work out and the meal after you work out should contain the majority of your carbohydrates. So you can just flip that around. So that would look something like this. So what I did is I took the carbohydrates that I would normally have here for the evening meals, and I added them to these 3 up here. So these 3 meals have more carbohydrates, and then I removed the fats with my post-workout 1 and 2. So there's 0 fat, and the fats, I just added them on to those 2 last meals. As you can see, it's really easy. And like I said before, you don't need to do 6, you could do 3 or 4 or 5. Generally, you want to have at least 3 or 4 because that will keep you more satiated and you won't be starving all day long. But ultimately, it doesn't matter. There's some people out there that eat 1 meal a day. So let's simplify this. What you do is you take your calories, you break it down into your macro split, then you take the amount of meals that you generally have a day and divide your macros. And then ultimately what you want to do is you want to have the majority of your calories, specifically your carbohydrate calories, around when you're most active, which is generally pre and post workout. If you're the average Joe and you don't even work out, it's best to have it first thing in the morning because that's when your metabolism needs a jump start. That's it, guys. Keep it simple, effective. I'm Mike Garrick, helping you think, eat, and move with a purpose.
Welcome.